Welcome to Truth and Company Boxing Podcast. Another segment of 20 random questions. And tonight's guest is professional boxer, the amazing Shawn McCalman out of Colorado. How you doing today, Shawn?
Yo, I'm doing well. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Now, is that Denver? Are you out of Denver?
Yeah, Denver, Colorado.
Okay. So you're making a name for yourself. You don't hear about a lot of professional boxers coming out of Denver, at least getting a lot of national or world exposure, though.
Yeah, not since Mike Alvarado and then Stevie Johnston and then some other guys before that, like Lonnie Smith. But I mean, we have a good history of boxing. But yeah, at the moment, yeah, I'm trying to be the guy who kind of carries the boxing culture on my shoulders and push it forward from Denver, Colorado. I think I'm doing a pretty good job of that.
And nothing wrong with that, man. I checked out some of your stuff on YouTube, and you're a student in the game, man. You're serious about this thing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So anybody out there that wants to look him up, go on YouTube, and they did a little documentary on him in the gym and asked him some questions and things like that. So if you want to start following him, and you got a fight or anything coming up soon?
Yes, in 10 days actually, June 24th at the Armory in Minnesota. The Julian Williams, Carlos Adames undercard.
Oh, I didn't even know you were on that. That's where I'm from. It's out here in Minnesota. I didn't even know you were on that card.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll be fighting on the 24th.
Just nice. Down in Minneapolis in the Armory.
Yes, sir.
So that's a PBC card, right?
Yeah, PBC Showtime.
Nice. All right. So all you guys out there in Minnesota that are watching my podcast right now, man, if you guys can make it, go check out Shawn and see what he can do, man. You guys might grow some new fan base out here.
Hopefully. I'd appreciate that.
Nice. All right. Are you ready for these 20 random questions?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Question number 1. How did you get involved in the sport of boxing?
My story, I guess, is kind of like unorthodox. I started at 19, dropped out of college. I played lots of different sports, but I kind of fell in love with football, and I did that for a while. I was going to school about 2 hours away from Denver in this small town called Pueblo. And I just decided that, I was done playing football and I wanted to go into boxing. I mean, I kind of just took the dedication that I placed into football and then just switched it over to a new sport. And here we are. And
you're not doing too bad, though, for a guy that jumped in just, for something to do. 12-0, right?
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, 12-0, 6 knockouts right now, and kind of just making my way up the rankings. And yeah,
and like we were just talking, you're about to be on your first TV fight card, so that's got to be pretty exciting.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm just gonna treat it like every other fight. Go out there, take care of business, and move on to the next one.
Okay. Question 2. What boxers inspire you in your career?
Well, currently probably one of my favorites are just like the pound for pound guys, the Errol Spences, the Terrence Crawfords, the those kind of guys, the Shakur Stevensons, Gervonta Davises. I kind of watch those guys as I look at them as my peers. So it's not so much inspiration, but more so where I feel like I can be, if I continue to do the right things and continue to stay dedicated. So I guess inspiration in the sense that, I feel like eventually I'll be standing shoulder to shoulder with those guys.
Okay, now that was interesting. The first 2 names you brought up, they just signed a contract to fight each other. So I'm curious, what do you think? Who's your pick in that fight in Crawford versus Spence?
Honestly, I go back and forth so much because there's so many different ways I can see the fight going. Most days I lean Terrence Crawford just because he's one of my personal favorite fighters. Then other days I lean Errol Spence just because I know what he's capable of. So it's back and forth. I'm like, and we also, my management company also just signed Errol Spence too. So it's like a conflict of interest for me to really have a dog in the fight. So I'm just going to enjoy it as a spectator.
Well, yeah, I don't see how it can be a bad fight. I really don't. Sometimes you get 2 guys like this and you're just like, I can't possibly see how this could not be entertaining.
Right. I'm just going to watch as a fan and enjoy the inevitably great fight.
Yeah. All right. Question 3. Were you good at any other sports besides boxing? Now I know you just brought up football.
Yeah, I was pretty good at that. I mean, I played varsity for 3 years. Started both ways as a sophomore all the way through my senior year as I played quarterback and safety. Um, that was like my main thing, and then I also did taekwondo for a while. Won lots of tournaments doing that. That was what I did before I even like stepped onto the football field. I did taekwondo for a long time and won lots of tournaments. Yeah, really dominated the Colorado scene, and even like on the national scale, won lots of tournaments on the national scale. And yeah, so football and taekwondo are like my two main.
So now, do you still practice taekwondo at all, even just to stay in shape?
No, I'm just strictly boxing right now.
Okay.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, but I bet you could still use it if you had to.
Oh yeah, I mean if necessary, but now I'm I only fight for money now.
Money and belts.
All right, exactly.
All right. Question 4. Do you have any hobbies outside of the sport of boxing?
Really, I'm a family man, just hanging out with the family. I don't have much of a like social life anymore. Those are kind of the things that nobody really tells you that you're gonna have to sacrifice in order to be a great fighter. So, other than like hanging out with family, not too much in all honesty.
No, like I said, I've seen some of your videos, man. You're pretty dedicated to that gym. You're in that gym quite a bit, right?
Yeah, every single day, twice a day. Yeah, and then we fight. I take maybe a week off, week and a half, depending on the kind of like the damage that was sustained, or like any nicks and bangs, stuff like that. But once I'm 100%, I'm right back at it.
Okay. Question 5. Do you have any boxing superstitions?
Um, no, not really, other than maybe like the sex thing, but like I can understand. Like I look at it from more like a logical perspective. I guess my superstitions would be like making sure I'm doing the right things to be physically prepared. So I'm not wasting too much energy. Outside of like my training and the things that I need to do to be prepared. So I guess no, not really.
Okay. Question 6. If you could go on any reality TV show, which one would you go on?
That's a good question. I probably couldn't even name 5 reality TV shows off the top of my head to even maybe like Fear Factor or Ninja Warrior, something I can use like my physical abilities on, to win some money.
Okay. Question 7. What is something that your boxing fans don't know about you?
Well, I guess good question. I would say that they don't know. I don't know how to say this without sounding like an ass. Like my ability to like articulate my words, I guess you could say. Like the people that I've come
Okay, there's
across,
nothing
they
wrong with that.
always, that's usually one of the first things that people notice about me is like my ability to speak, I guess.
Okay.
Put my words together.
Question 8. If you could star in a movie with any actor, who would you want to star in a movie with?
If we're gonna do a Creed 4, Michael B. Jordan, hit me up. I'm your
guy. Okay. Question 9. What is your favorite thing to drink?
Water.
And, I should have known you were gonna say that.
Water and like whatever I can put in water to enhance the flavor. But yeah.
So you don't have any like cheat drink thing on the side, like a Pepsi or a Dr. Pepper or nothing?
No, I live like a pretty healthy lifestyle in general. Like it's just like even outside of the sport, like just for health's sake, I like to keep myself healthy. Yeah, so I don't drink soda at all. I don't.
And I've heard you say in some of your videos that this isn't, you can't play this. You have to live this 24/7.
Yeah,
and I believe that, and that's what you do.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle for sure. So not only, like I said, just as an athlete, but also just as like a human being, I like to be around as long as I can for, my future generations to come.
Okay. Question 10. What's the best dish you can cook?
My most requested is usually I make these stuffed like jumbo shells with chicken and like a bunch of different cheeses and different herbs and stuff like that. So that's usually what I get requested the most to make. But I
Okay.
do love a good steak.
Oh, you like what?
A good steak.
Oh, okay. Question 11. What household chore do you hate doing the most?
All of them, if I'm being honest. But
I'm
probably,
right there with you, man.
yeah, probably like dishes. But anything else, yeah, I do them, if necessary. But yeah, I don't particularly enjoy that too much.
Okay. Question 12. Now, because you are in Denver, Colorado, do you enjoy doing winter activities like snowboarding, snowmobiling, ice fishing, ice skating, anything to do outside in the snow activity wise?
Not at all. I hate the cold. I really do. um, I've been ice skating. Funny enough, I've never been snowboarding, skiing, or anything like that. I don't even think I've gone like tubing in the snow. I'm not an out. I'm outdoorsy, but I'm a summertime kind of guy.
Okay. Question 13. If you could be a piece of fruit, what piece of fruit would you be?
Mango. Warm climate, beautiful weather. They usually grow in nice places, so that's a mango.
Okay. Question 14. How has boxing affected your life in a positive manner and in a negative manner?
In a positive manner, it's given me something to like I said, like really put my natural ability to like dedicate myself. So it's like it's an outlet for me, like a positive outlet for me, physically and emotionally and spiritually, and it's like something I can wake up every day and like strive to become better at, and the positive emotions that or the positive feelings that come from that. How it's affected me negatively is the all the sacrifices you have to make. Naturally, I'm married, um, have a family, so it's a lot of times, like I'm not mentally as present as I should be, because I might be, my wife may be talking to me, but I'll like be thinking about like game planning for the fight that I have coming up, especially, when you get as close as you are, right? As close as I am. Sorry, I got a call there. But yeah, so when I have fights coming up or when I'm like really deep into training camp, I'm really not as mentally present as, someone would like, my wife or anyone else would like me to be. So just the sacrifices, time,
Okay.
stuff like that.
Question 15. If you could have dinner with any four athletes, alive or dead, who would it be?
Huh. Floyd Mayweather, of course. Um, Andre Ward.
Now, it doesn't just have to be boxers. It can be
Yeah,
any
I'm like, yeah,
athlete. Okay.
I'm gonna pick two fighters: Floyd Mayweather or Andre Ward for sure. Um, who else? Let me think. Honestly, all mine might just be fighters. Um, hmm. Yeah, I'm just gonna go fighters. Honestly,
Fine. Hey, it's your
two
dinner
more.
party.
Right. Yeah, Floyd Mayweather, Andre Ward, um, Michael Jordan, and Tom Brady.
Okay, that's an interesting table.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
picked
question
the best guys. Well, other than like the best guys from
other
each.
sports.
Yeah, the two best guys I can think of.
Okay, question 16. Have you ever had to save someone's life?
Mm, no, not in like a direct way. Not like no one drowning or like no. I've never, thank God, I've never had any traumatic events take place right in front of me. But maybe
Okay,
in like a roundabout way.
all right. Question 17. What animal are you afraid of?
Wasps, spiders, just like the small things that are like, you take your eyes off of them for 1 second and they're, you know, somewhere else. Big animals I can deal with, I can see them coming.
Okay. Question 18. What professional boxer would you want to be a trainer of if you could switch from boxer to trainer right now? Who out there right now do you think that you could take your knowledge and help him become a better fighter?
Well, I can't say any one specific guy, but maybe anyone who's like into like the mental aspect of boxing. Anyone who goes in there and use their brain first. I feel like that's what my approach is. So anyone who would maybe who has all the physical attributes, but maybe doesn't know how to go in and like mentally apply them, or like mentally like think their way through rounds, or think their way through what they're going to do, coming up with game plans, different things like that. I think that's where I could help a fighter excel.
So you don't see anybody out there right now that you would love to be a trainer of, that you think you could progress?
No, not really. I mean, like I said, I could apply the things that I feel like I could help them with, but no one in particular that I can think of.
All right. Question 19. If you could have a boxing match with any fighter in history, alive or dead, who would your ultimate fight be against?
Good question. If we're gonna say from my weight class, I would say either Roy Jones Jr. or James Toney. And then just period, if I could beat any weight class pound for pound, probably like Floyd Mayweather, Mike Tyson, guys like that. I would like to test myself against the very best of all time.
Okay. All right. Last question. Question 20. If you had to pick one charity to give $100 million to, who would you pick and why?
Good question. Only because, not to get too political, but I don't believe necessarily that charities are so charitable. Or maybe I need to do some more research, but I don't know. Again, that's something that I'm not too familiar with as far as like charitable.
Well, any type of organization out there, any let's not use the word charity then. Any organization out there that you support, or that you think that you could financially help build up their foundation with $100 million, who would you want to help build?
Maybe I would say, trying to think of something that's local, like a local organization. Maybe like Boys and Girls Club of Denver. Boys and Girls Club. I would love to build up their build them up so they can further like positively impact the youth.
Yeah, and that's a good one. That's kids. Everybody should be out there trying to build up our future. So
right.
All right. Well, listen, Shawn, I appreciate you being fair and fun with the 20 questions. And like I said, you didn't know what was coming, so you answered them honestly and had a good time with them.
Yeah, so, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Once again, promote your fight. Let everybody know where it is and what day it's on again.
I will be fighting June 24th in Minneapolis, Minnesota at the Armory. I believe I'll be live on the Showtime prelim show, live on YouTube. So check that out. And yeah, just continue to look for me in the future. This won't be my last fight on TV or on the network. Hopefully we're just looking to take bigger and bigger steps forward. Next time we'll be on network TV if all goes well.
All right. And with that, the truth has spoken.